Bert. Thank you. Wow, we came out of that pretty quick. Hey, there's the region pages for the Valken Corps. You can join them. Find them on Facebook. Connect with other players because that's what it's all about, camaraderie. My name is Andrew A. Train Holland, and I am the Supreme Commander of the Valken Corps. And what are we doing here? Welcome back, everybody. We're in Studio 220 in gorgeous Muscle Shoals, Alabama. It's going to be a great show. With the unveiling of Zulus late last week, and also one of the biggest events of the year, D-Day, having a wrap-up and having some great new announcements. We'll be announcing a huge guest for the show next week and more. You're watching Paintball's best live show, the Valken Corps Live, episode 87. I got to break into my iced tea here. Melissa, thank you. You're about to experience the largest, most interactive paintball show in the world. Your interactive comments in the live Facebook chat could win you some prizes to share this. Excuse me, I still got the cough from last week. Share this broadcast, tag some friends, show others why this is the most watched, most interactive, thank you, highest budget and sweetest show in paintball. In production room A is Melissa, thank you very much, who is apparently on catering duty as well. Tonight we're going to have Arabs events. They're overflowing, loaded up for your pleasure. Welcome everybody watching in the chat. Andrew from the Northeast is here. Ralph from the Pacific. Jason Smith. Austin. Yo! Yee. Mrs. Mama Paco is here. Dylan's brother. And teacher's pet of the night. First into the show, Gregory Anthony. Way to be a kiss ass. You're the hero we need, not the one we deserve. It is showtime. Mike Lucas. Bear with me, folks. I have been on the road for quite some time. Chad and I just got off the road and back from Oklahoma D-Day. And I think we finished up. Just caught the crud while we were out there. So he gave me some special gummies with vitamin C. So we'll try to load up on those. And I think today he sent butterfly gummies. So we'll get all this noise out of the way. Yeah, all that and more is going to happen on tonight's 87th live episode of the Valken Corps, the best paintball show, and now podcasting. Yeah, pretty soon I'll get to go through these and chop them up, and you can listen to them in podcast form. You can find that. So Valken Core Live starts now. In the studio, again, we've got Melissa, myself. No, not special gummies. I don't roll like that. Mod. Speaking of mod, if everybody could smash the O face for the highest paid mod in the industry. And thank Alex Johnson for his service. Looks like Rob from GRC Paintball is here. We got a bunch of people watching, so make sure you share the show. We're going to put the call-in number up. You guys can call in. Guys and gals can call in whenever you want. Give the O faces for the mod. Yeah. Valken Core is brought to you by the graciousness of Valken Sports, Arabs Bunkers, and Enola Gay. More about that later. Tonight's word of the night is decided by you, the viewer. So let us know what the word of the night will be in the interactive chat. And see if we can drown me with iced tea. Really trying to take care of myself. Also, if you watched the show and tuned in just a little early, you got to see the TC Big Bash video in super low definition. If you'd like to see that in super high definition, absolutely go over to youtube.com/Valken Video. We've been out to a lot of events. We've been rolling the cameras, and it takes a little time to do those. I mean, we can slap up raw footage and just throw junk out, but we choose not to. We choose to actually put out a quality product, so it takes a little time. So make sure if you subscribe to Valken Video on YouTube, you see things first. Just set yourself for notifications. We actually premiere them, and you can see all the videos with you starring in the action. It'll be awesome. Excuse me. Each week we invite you to chat away in the live interactive chat. I can see really pretty much everything you're typing. So if you even choose not to watch the show and just want to try to trip me up while I'm trying to work, you are more than welcome to. It is a free country, and I'm not afraid of you. If your comments and questions are savage, on topic, and clean, you will not, and not only will you not get banned by our mod, you will also be in the running for one of the most coveted titles in paintball. At the end of the show, we will be announcing tonight's Troll of the Night. So, keep the comments clean, keep them savage, keep them coming, and keep them just right in the envelope of decency. All right. With all that going on, the call-in number is up. You can call in if you want. We've got a few announcements. Chad and I just got back from Oklahoma D-Day this week. It was wonderful weather. A lot of things happened. We watched Andy Potter run a television interview, which was actually cool. He stuck it, so way to go, Potter. Give you some thummies for that one. I did see this, Greg. We saw that. So that was cool. It was not 120 degrees in the shade, which was awesome. Oklahoma D-Day also, I didn't come home covered in ticks. So that was good. The battles were crazy. The paint was on point, and it was announced. We'd like your thoughts on this. Feel free to call in. It was announced Thursday night that next year, 2020, will be the final Oklahoma D-Day event hosted by Oklahoma D-Day Adventure Park. So if it's always been one of those bucket list things that you have to go, or, oh man, I want to make that one time, you now know that it's next year will be the last one. Doug Arnold from Mount Doom in Hanceville, Alabama is watching. Boo, 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 boo. Hey, Doug. Feel free to call into the show if you want to talk or put your events in. You can find us on podcast form. That's been going really well. Again, we're going to get more content up there for you to browse. So if you're just still new to it, don't worry, we'll catch up. So we got D-Day wrapped up. So thank you to all the players that were there and all the new Valken Corps members that signed up. We had over 250 more players join your Valken Corps to make it that much stronger, that bigger, that more connected, more people like-minded wanting to play paintball. So the Valken Corps is like a brain or a parachute. It works if you use it. I should patent that one. Melissa, write that down, please. Thank you. Next week's guest. Actually, I'm not going to tell you that. We should probably give some love to the Valken Corps. Here's a little something from Midwest Regional Commander and the greatest E-Celeb of all time. The E-Celeb that E-Celebs wish they could be like, telling you how to join the Valken Corps. And we'll be right back after these words.
Chad Carter, I am the Regional Commander for the Valken Corps Midwest. Let's go over some of the new things for the Valken Corps. Step 1, you want to go to valkencorps.com on your smartphone, tablet.
Oh, Melissa, that's strike one. We're going to try this one more time. Hold on. So we're going to be back right after these words.
Hey guys, this is Chad Carter. I am the Regional Commander for the Valken Corps Midwest. Let's go over some of the new things for the Valken Corps. Step 1, you want to go to valkencorps.com on your smartphone, tablet, or computer. And you're going to come over to the left here, hit menu. Okay, so browse around this site. Got a few different items here you can check out. Well, let's go into the regions. I'm from the United States. Alright, so we realigned the regions. Make sure you browse this to find out where your new region may fall. So here's how you're going to join the Valken Corps. So when you get to the region, that button there, Midwest. If you want to sign up as a basic member, you can simply choose this option right here. So if you choose to upgrade to be a patched member, you go ahead and select this radio button right here. With that, your patch will be mailed to you directly to your address that you inputted up here in the top section. And you'll be prompted to pay after finishing signing up. Okay, if you just want to pick up your patch at an event that your command staff is at, or if you're just updating your info, please select the current member radio button. Okay, once you've done that, fill out the rest of the information and fill out the CAPTCHA at the bottom of the screen. Select Join Valken Corps, and there you go. As you can see, there's a Valken exclusive store available just for you. There's also a list of events that the Valken Corps will be attending. There's even videos of events that you've attended. Also, there's a blog that is updated on a regular basis for you guys. As you can see, it's easy to sign up for the new Valken Corps. If you have any questions, contact your command staff, either via email or at an event. If you have questions, we'll do whatever it takes. See you at the next event. Peace up.
Welcome Phil, who likes to ride in the back seat. It's a guy we haven't seen in a while. That's how to sign up for the Valken Corps. You can go over to valkencorps.com and join the largest network in paintball players. Mod says step 1, Zulu pants. Correct. Zulu pants were released at Oklahoma D-Day. They sold out, which was awesome. And then all the players got theirs via online. Make sure to use the sizing chart so that they fit properly. If you need to get your Zulu Pro pants, they are available online at Valken.com or your local Valken dealer. They should have them in the store. If not, you can order them through your local Valken dealer and have them right at the field. James Lindsay says, I'm a horse guy. Is Chad now considered a gelding instead of a stallion? Jury's out. We are going to check on that. That's funny as hell, though. Mark Oleski, Pandemic, says, everything. No, he says he thought Fulda was bad. Then he went to Mount Doom. Listen, we got a caller. Let's see if we can get a caller on the air. Caller, you're live. Who's this? And please turn off the speaker on whatever your monitor is. Who's this? Phil, who likes to ride in the backseat king. Just getting off the road. Lots of editing. And I caught, while we were out there, I think I've touched enough Flying J gas station gas pumps, and I'm sending the crud to like the staff and everybody. Like Chad had to go home and recuperate. Yeah, but we're doing the show. Yeah, what are you up to? Cool, what events you got coming up? Nice. We need the link. I thought that was a early winter event, like early in the year.
January, but let me just check this out for you. September 13th is Bad Guy Brawl. Now, they may have another one going too, but that's the one I'll be looking forward to coming up. And
Right
then
on.
I'm looking to maybe go up to up north and play. It's not so hot up there.
Right on. Well, we've got a lot of events coming up in Arab's events. Anything near the Lake Michigan area or above is usually a little cooler that time of year. Now you've been, here's something that came down the pipe. You've been to Oklahoma D-Day, right? You went with us a couple years ago.
Yeah.
It's the last year next year. Are you going or not? No pressure.
Yeah, I'll come train.
Well, okay.
Do it.
Cool. I mean,
Do
it's
it.
the last
I'm
one. For all the
Alabama.
people that said it was a bucket list event, like, I've got to knock it off my list, right?
Yeah, definitely. You got to go if you haven't ever been. It's definitely interesting. Make sure you shower at the field,
Yeah.
not in your camper. The groundwater will save your life. So there's that.
Yeah.
Um,
And I think, it's one of those where the buzz is that the attendance is going to be really good. Like,
But,
might
yeah.
be back to its glory numbers. But I thought it was a joke when I first heard it, or like a marketing scheme. Nope, I confirmed it. It's real.
Yeah, that's weird. I guess I forget the gentleman's name. You introduced me to him. But I know he's maybe just getting a little worn out. That's a big event to put on.
That's a lot. I mean, it takes 11 months to put that event on.
Yeah, you
No
can't
matter.
just put it on a weekend event. It's a big deal.
Well, that's cool.
Where are you headed next?
What's that?
Where are you headed next?
Next, if I feel better, I'm headed up to Predator's Bane. But I don't think I should even be around people.
No, probably not.
By the way, folks, you're nice and safe through the internet as a good bug filter. What's next? I think I'm EMR, Game of Bones.
Game
And
of
then
Bones.
DEF
Yeah.
CON, and then Skirmish, and then Hell Survivors, Monster Game. There's a bunch.
So actually, I'm trying to get together with some of my boys to come up to DEF CON.
Let's make it happen.
And trying to bring Caleb, who doesn't know how to be quiet.
Who's
And,
banging on your keyboard? Sorry.
Oh yeah, who's banging on their keyboard? I don't know.
It's my staff.
Yeah, I need to fire them people.
They're already on strike too. I probably will fire her after the show. Well, after my second drink, I will fire Melissa, absolutely.
Cupcake, are you playing EMR? Oh no, probably not. But DEF CON 2 for sure. I'm
Okay.
trying to get some people together. I'll hit your line later on tomorrow, and talk to you about that.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'll get off this line so people can call in that want to talk to you.
No,
But
that's great. And Phil, listen, put up where you're going, or share those event links in the Southern Facebook or the Valken Corps South Region Facebook page, and let people know you're going. Maybe you can find some people to carpool with, or caravan, or
yeah, definitely. I'll go ahead and drop that in.
Absolutely, you're always welcome north, and the guys from the north have always been pretty hospitable historically. So, and making sure you're up there. Well, that's cool. Look, we got another caller coming in. I'm gonna take this.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Thanks for calling, Phil. All right, now we have a caller calling in from Mississippi.
All the way from Mississippi.
All the way from Mississippi. Tell us a fact, Mark Oleski, about Mississippi that no one would know. What's an interesting fact about Mississippi?
They all don't sleep with their sisters.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I was thinking more along the lines of, did you notice there's no billboards on the interstate?
That's a good point. The fact is, I'm only in northern Mississippi, and it's the cheapest housing property going, so, yeah, I haven't noticed that yet.
When you go on the interstate, and I had to say, where are all the damn billboards? And then I went to dumblaws.com, which is a wonderful resource on a road trip. There are no billboards on the interstates in Mississippi.
They don't have enough state funding to put them up. That's the problem.
No, you'd think. In Alabama, it's all injury lawyer billboards. But it's so you keep Mississippi, you can enjoy the wilderness and all that.
And the banjos.
And the banjos. What the hell part of Mississippi are you from? What's on your mind? What are we doing? What are we talking about? Are we talking about the $1 billion of cocaine that was seized at the Philadelphia port, ironically just before Philadelphia NXL?
I had nothing to do with that, despite being originally from Pennsylvania and having a lot of contacts in the Philadelphia area. You know me.
I'm just saying.
Had nothing to do with that.
I wasn't pointing a finger. I just wondered if you had an opinion.
I know how to party, especially at Ion, especially up in Skirmish. I know how to party up there.
You bet.
Yeah. So here's my question to you.
Go ahead.
D-Day next year is the last year.
It is the last year.
Skirmish is still doing okay with Ion, despite the arguments about the paint prices, which is then year to year. We're still anticipating that. It's still at its same pace.
Right.
Fulda Gap still growing, but outside of Ion and Fulda Gap, what is the next best, the next biggest 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 player game coming up? Who has the biggest prospect on the horizon right now?
Not including the ones that you've mentioned, not including D-Day, Skirmish, Ion, and Fulda Gap. Okay.
Correct.
And I don't think Fulda Gap could ever have 3,000. Just putting.
They don't have the parking for 3,000 or 4,000 players.
Right. I mean, it would be amazing, but it would just.
Oh.
I don't know if there would be a flow.
You and I have both played at Ion together and against one another.
Right.
We get it.
There's a certain level.
It has grown extensively.
There's a certain level where the game can't even happen. It's just a giant shit show or a tug of war. Right?
Yep.
Where it doesn't matter what the missions are. There's 4,000 people. You're not going to ref them. Let them go. What are the next biggest events? Super Game West, which is an established game, had about 1,800 players. And actually, that was about the right number of players for Sniper's Den. It was really nicely located. They had good facilities. The parking was organized. You had to reserve your parking spot and your tent spot. So I'd say Super Game West. However, it's a regional game. So I think how it's grown is that because paintball's so scattered in that area, they kind of just they put it together and it organically happened that, hey, let's just go to Super Game because that's going to be our big paintball event this year.
So where does that game take place in the West?
St. Paul, Oregon, about 25 minutes south of Portland.
Okay.
So you either take really badass road trip across the country, and that's the other thing about Super Game West is that it's geographically on one extreme. So everybody from Florida, it doesn't really become a big thing. I don't know the numbers for Wayne's World, but he has the grand finale down there, and that one always draws a big crowd. I think OXCC has always done a big event up in the toll.
Now you're hitting me in the heart. You know, OXCC was always where I'm from, what I used to do.
Okay.
And I wish nothing for them but the best of growth.
Okay, well, did you see what they're doing? They've tied in with the Super Game promoters, and Sherwood Forest is also one of those places where. So they're going to do they've done Super Game West, and now they're going to do a Super Game East and a Super Game Central or Midwest. I don't know what it's called, but a Super Game Indiana, Super Game Oregon, and Super Game Maryland. So that one could be the next big game.
I'd like to see that.
I mean, I'd like to see it go, but when you've got events like Living Legends is not being held, and that was one of the big ones, but I didn't include it because it's not at CPX anymore. It's not what we remember the 2,000 or 3,000 people being there.
Correct.
Now, on top of that, so I would say watch the Super Game series. Watch Hell Survivors, like Michigan Monster Game. They used to have a couple, 3 or 4 events, and they used to draw 2,000, and they haven't had those numbers for a while. But this year, like for Michigan Monster Game, they announced very early on, bring your own paint.
Wow, that's aggressive.
Very aggressive. Very aggressive. And of course, just like where you sit at the playground or what monkey bars you're going to use. You want to go where the cool kids are. Everybody just kind of hung back, and then it started to take off. We're going to Monster Game, and we're going to Monster Game. So that one's kind of grown. It'll be neat to see the final numbers. I'd like to see more. I know in Texas they have a lot, but I haven't been to them. Like there's some good multiple 100-player games there.
Yep. There's some games coming out of Guthrie, Oklahoma that I've been pushed into getting into since I've been down here.
Have you gone?
I have not yet. There's been, I mean, you know me. There's been a lot of activity in my life since then, so I have not pushed towards the west out of here. I do a little more east. I hit Mount Doom. I complain about Mount Doom.
Right.
I've hit Memphis Paintball Park, Mount Doom. I still go out to Fulda Gap, but I have not hit west yet. I'm waiting till 2020. I'm going to start pushing west real heavy.
Well, and I did it, just a couple weeks ago, and it's pretty scattered as far as their big games. You have to really kind of, you have to be in that. You realize how tall California really is, and then how spread out Oregon and Washington and Idaho and Utah, like, wow, it's like 2 hours to the next town. So that pulls so that way when you look at some place like Skirmish that's pulling from Pennsylvania, Connecticut, New Jersey, New York, Long Island, Virginia, all these places, if you look around them 2 hours, or we always hear about these mega paintball parks around the Great Lakes. Well, you're talking Chicago, Detroit, Grand Rapids, Indianapolis, Fort Wayne. I mean, there's some hubs out there, and you're pulling from. I mean, you got to kind of get a map, but you're pulling from Wisconsin, and there's a lot of people, so there's more pie to slice up. Here's a couple comments on some things that you've been saying, Mark. Huge games equals let's fight over the same 50 yards for 2 days. Correct or not?
Correct. I'm not going to disagree with that. I've had some of the best games at, OXCC, where we've had 75 players who come out over a rainstorm in the middle of November when it's 35 degrees and nobody wants to play in the middle of the pouring rain. It's very small. But I like that, those intimate games where it's really, you get up close, personal, even on a big field. So, yes, I can absolutely agree with that.
Okay. Very, very cool. Don't get me wrong, Super Game. I'm just trying to read the comments here.
Yep.
Some of these I can't read, of course, because that's half the fun. Yeah, I don't know what's been. All right, so you go to Fulda, you go to some of those, and they're social, and you connect to your friends. One of the things I've been doing is kind of finding off the beaten path games. You know, not just to throw together. You know, I want a couple hundred people, but just to see new fields and new places. Get surprised. I mean, despite the fact that the weekends you have so many choices. Compared to 8 years ago when we started up in this, like we started about the same time, actually about 12 maybe into scenario stuff.
Yep.
And you go, wow, big game. Well, there were not as many what we'll call big scenario games around. There was one a month or one every 3 weeks. Now there's 4 every weekend.
Yep.
How do you pick them?
And yep.
You know,
and that's my one big presser for people who are still in this community and still want to push hard into this. Even if you're not a producer, don't be afraid to go to your local field on a weekend and try to get something together. You know, local fields, small fields, local fields are always looking for more people. I mean, it's a hard industry. We know that. It's it's an expensive industry. We get that. But go in there and promote it. And if you've seen things that producers have done in previous games that have worked really well, don't be afraid to use that kind of mentality. Because, I mean, we're seeing more and more. I've traveled through a plethora of small games here and there where these producers are trying to come through and they're just doing the same, the cookie cutter video game mentality. Let's do what they're doing in Call of Duty. Let's do what they're doing here. Don't be afraid to be great. That's my kicker. Don't be afraid to be great. Don't be afraid to try something new and do things that succeed in this business.
Couldn't agree more. And I wonder, like, okay, so you're going to help me do Arabs events. You got a second?
Yeah.
We're going to do Arabs events. So events are brought to you by Arabs, and tonight's co-host for Arabs events is Mark Pandemic Oleski from Nightmares Asylum. Still? Are you still from Nightmares Asylum, or?
Of course I still am. That's
perfect.
Tried and true.
And an old OG TZB. Okay. So
OG.
the first one coming up, still in the house. We still show up. First event coming out is Transformers, happening in Bridgewater, Massachusetts at P&L Paintball, June 22nd in the Northeast. Go for it. Tell us about P&L Paintball, Mark.
P&L Paintball, all the way up there in Connecticut. Don't forget that center cut in the middle of the field that defines everything. There's a 40-yard split in the middle of that field that will literally define this game. I have been on the receiving end of it. It sucks. Push through, run through, get everybody you know, their brothers, their sisters, and their blind aunts and get across that segue.
If you can make it across the 50. That is exactly
right. Oh,
God,
I missed those games up there.
Okay, so we were in Massachusetts. Another thing about P&L, the game we went to was, I think, Willy Wonka, and they used, it was awesome because they had cotton candy flavored Redemption.
Yep. I mean, you could chew that stuff, and it tasted like candy.
It was great. It was great to get shot with. The graffiti tasted like chocolate right up until about 11:30 when all the mosquitoes woke up.
Yep.
Next event, Armageddon, a Mission Masters event in Pinckney, Michigan. Hell Survivors, June 22nd and June 23rd in the Midwest. If I can shake whatever's ailing me, Greenwood, Indiana, Indy Paintball Battleground, the 5th Predators Bane event, hosted by the Grim Reapers Scenario Paintball. I actually saw some of the Grim Reapers out at Oklahoma D-Day. That's happening in the Midwest this weekend, June 22nd and 23rd. That's a fun field. Mark, if you ever get a chance and you want to go, let me know. This place has a 300,000 square foot kind of combat city.
Mm-hmm.
And it also has a 17,000 square foot interactive prison.
Cool.
It is pretty cool, with like barbed wire and towers and cells. And yeah, they built a prison. I mean, they're just giant kids out there. But that's awesome. Game of Bones, June 28th at EMR Event Park. EMR Event Park in New Milford, Pennsylvania. Not West Milford, not Old Milford, not Los Milfordo Ranchero. New Milford, Pennsylvania. In the Northeast. Play for the Targaryens. They have just announced the Kingdom Keeps. I don't know. They're gonna get shoved in. I'm on a streak right now, and we have King's Keep D. That's because they love the D. I've posted that up. Of course, I'm talking about the Detroit Tigers English D, but. Come play for me. It was going to be Potter. He had a family commitment. We do work as a team. And myself being the #1 general in all of paintball history for second place trophies, I invite you to come be a part of history.
Is this the part where I get to argue with you? Because you know I grew up at EMR, and that's my place. But I know guys like Firefly are playing up at that.
He's got Kingdom's Keep B.
Yeah, listen, Firefly still runs with the Allies at Skirmish Invasion of Normandy.
I don't get it.
Used to run with the Rangers and back of that.
Right.
Listen, I'll give it to those guys all day long, and if I had the money, I'd drive all the way back up to my hometown and come up there and play against you. You know that.
I know, it would be great. And I'll meet you
Yeah.
right in the middle. Like, I'll just give you a phone call. Where are we meeting?
As we always do.
So if you haven't been to EMR, this one's really cool because it's 4 teams, and they even have that, like, real night fighting. Like, they're real knights that are on the TV night show, and they're going to be in the castle banging it out, like slapping each other around with swords. And I guess we get points for that. So it'll be like going to the medieval times where you're cheering for your knights. I think that'll be cool. EMR.
And it's not only that, but EMR is one of the greatest fields out there. It's run by some of the greatest people out there. It's a fantastic place to be. It's a fantastic place to camp. I've camped there when it's been pouring, raining in the middle of the shit, and it's been absolutely amazing. And they really take care of you up there. It's an absolutely amazing field to play at.
EMR is very cool. You will have no cell service, which I think is also helpful. No, and I'm being serious here, just for a second. Because not everybody's running around trying to go live taking selfies, right? You're playing paintball. Years ago, we lost a teammate, and we thought, well, we're all together. Let's go hang out. They were kind enough. I think it was you and Nick just going, you know what? Blow the damn whistle. We don't need ref. Just blow the whistle. We want to beat the crap out of each other. And it was a great place to do it.
There are still videos out there, and God rest her soul, we saluted a teammate years ago, like you said, at that field, and had a great time doing it. And there are still videos out there. If you search TZB, Pain vs. Pain, you will catch me and Predator going square up 1-to-1, shooting paint at one another, just because with everybody cheering around us.
I forgot about that.
Oh, good time.
Now I can remember it because I was making the video. A-Train is the master of finishing second in a field of 2. You are damn right, Jason Smith. World at War 8 payroll production happening at Paintball Explosion in East Dundee, Illinois. It's actually like North Chicago, but it's East Dundee, across from the Walmart and the Wendy's in the Midwest. I always love a good payroll game. And July 13th, Operation Cracking Sky at Hole in the Wall in Bangor, Michigan in the Midwest. They've put that up nice and early, so that was cool. And then Ion 2019. It's Skirmish USA in Albrightsville, Pennsylvania. Do not Google it and go to Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania. You'll be 13 miles away from the field.
You will.
July 13th and 14th. It's not really just happening on Saturday and Sunday, folks. Coming on Thursday and Friday. It's probably one of the, if not the largest vendor show in all of Scenario Paintball. And Ion been going to for about 10 years now. And I stopped going as a player 5 years ago because I have to work. What's the buzz on Ion?
I mean, right now the buzz on Ion is, we used to do the beer tasting party, Nightmares Asylum beer tasting party. That is far been surpassed. Thursday night, I believe Narkill does a party. They're from the German side. They do a party. And then Friday
There's a
night,
Predator party.
Predator does a party. Listen, as somebody who's from a hometown area from there, I give nothing but love from those people.
Oh, yeah.
And every time I'm going up there, crap game, all those guys who leave that.
You know who-
nothing but love for me.
You know who just joined in and is watching? Todd Taylor from Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, Todd Taylor, the man with the greatest wife and family on this planet.
Yeah,
Okay?
he's in the top 5 for sure, but I'm not disagreeing.
Oh, yeah.
Todd Taylor. Yeah, there's plenty of parties, plenty of socialization. We're going to be on site with the Valken compound. There's beer tasting. There's parties. There's a lot of dirty jokes. There's, are they still shooting bouncy balls? I think they put it in a box and call it premium.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
But no, that's one of those games that I invoke everybody, and this is the first year in probably close to 10 years, I'd say now, between you and I.
Right.
This is the first year I'm not playing in that game.
Really?
I have been struck with a family tragedy lately. I will be going up to Scranton, Pennsylvania, which is only about 45 minutes north of there, to see my family, to embrace my family during this tragic time. I will be stopping down there on Friday night to see everybody, but
Yes,
this is the first year in 10 years I will not be playing at that game.
Do absolutely stop by and take care of your family first. BGR says 12 years for Ion. The 5 or 6 before that was D-Day.
BGR.
Yep.
Oh, what a guy right there.
So if you're at Ion Skirmish, you can come see the new Zulu pants. You can get signed up for the Corps. You can swap some stories. Fallout, Annihilation, Fort Knox Paintball in Winamac, Indiana. A Grim City Paintball Productions. July 13th and 14th, same weekend, but happening in the Midwest, not the Northeast. You can run around and shoot a lot of paint at one of the fastest growing fields in the nation, Fort Knox. Now, I want you to take this in, right? We just finished up Oklahoma D-Day, Mark. Okay? We just talked about Ion Skirmish. Follow these next couple. Beaches of Normandy. The week after Ion, July 19th and 21st. It's basically the invasion of Normandy, right? Mm-hmm. White River Paintball, Anderson, Indiana, in the Midwest, July 19th through 21st. Somebody had sent me the link, so I said I would put it up. And then the weekend after that, Forest Fire, D-Day, 2019. Arlington, Washington, Forest Fire Paintball.
Ooh.
In the Pacific region.
I have got to get up to that Pacific Northwest and play.
But June 29th, you see the theme? Normandy game, Normandy game, Normandy game. Like when it's Halloween and remember when everybody had a damn zombie game?
Yep, always.
Now here's where we get into don't be afraid to do something new.
Don't be afraid to be great.
Don't be afraid to be great. Speaking of great and making games great again, Monster Game 2019. Bring your own beer. Oh, no, paint. Bring your own paint. At Hell Survivors in Pinckney, Michigan, July 26th through the 28th in the Midwest, just between Detroit and Chicago. Come to the legendary Hell Survivors. They're pulling out the stops, and as Mark and I were talking about, they're getting aggressive. I think they announced Chad was going yellow. He may defect to red. I'm going to go yellow. I think they've got it split up. I don't care. I just want to play paintball with you. Potter is going to be on site. He's planning to be. So check out. Make sure you come up and pre-register. You get quite a deal on paint. We're going to be going up there with the folks from TC Paintball. It's going to put up a big compound. and a lot of teams are coming in. So we're just going to connect with everybody in the Valken Corps at the TC Paintball compound. Chad Carter is there. And Dylan's brother says red will be dead. Go yellow team. So play yellow team. That answers that. Desi Johnson is watching from the south. And DEF CON 2 at Blast Camp Paintball in Hobart, Indiana, August 2nd through the 4th. I will be there. On site to support the players and the event in the Midwest. That is a decommissioned Nike nuclear missile base. That is a payroll event. There are too many damn good ingredients not to have that one. I just got word that full scenario paintball from the Appalachian and the South will be coming up to DEF CON 2. Who cares what the gameplay is? You're playing on a decommissioned Nike nuclear missile base. If that's not fun, rethink your life, climb under your bed, and hold your breath. And you were asking about one of those games, like what other games are the happening games? Well, here's one. TC Big Bash. TC Paintball has 5 locations, right? And one of the premier times to be there is the first or second week in August up in Michigan. August 9th through 11th in northern Michigan, TC Paintball North in Copamish, they're hosting the TC Big Bash. Now, they can host like probably 1,500 players, but they cap it at 200. 200 players, and
They keep it intimate. That's the
they
thing.
keep it intimate. It's not about the money, it's about the experience. Last year, Dye came in, Potter fired up the grill. We had a blow-up projector. We're watching movies. Melissa, yeah, that's right, Melissa. Melissa says they had a margarita machine for in between rounds. They kept it intimate. Plus, there's a cool breeze flowing off of Lake Michigan that just takes all that heat, chills it out. TC Big Bash, you can camp on site. And play paintball. They even had a random draw 3-man tournament, which I'd love to do again. And we played all sorts of different paintball for 2 days. It was just fun. So that's stuff that I'd like to do more of. We are going to be on site for that. So I'm going from EMR to DEF CON to, going all over the place. That's one you should put on your radar.
I'm putting it on there now. You said margaritas, I'm in.
Margaritas, and I'll bring the bourbon. Okay, looks like Mod's still not getting zooked. Hacksaw Ridge, Tennessee Mountain Paintball in Sevierville, Tennessee, which is actually basically Pigeon Forge.
Far east side.
September 7th and 8th, if you can survive. Happy Hollow Road. You too can go to Hacksaw Ridge at Tennessee Mountain Paintball. Event link will be in the chat. That'd be a great time to be in the Smoky Mountains, wouldn't it? All right.
Yeah, you're looking for a little bit cooler temperatures than it is in the western side of the state right now. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. And that one's in a hollow in the mountains. So, like I said, if you can get down there, you can do it. And last, but finally not least, Command Decisions Paintball in Taylorsville, North Carolina, November 1st to 3rd in the Appalachian region. Mark, tell them, Soldier Boy.
Are we talking about one of the greatest of great coming up right now?
Fulda Gap.
Fulda Gap. And let me tell you, folks have not experienced a game until they've experienced this. Not only is everybody who's there some of the greatest people you ever meet, the greatest staff going. I know some great referee groups from around the areas come around and do that. Mohawk Wardens did it not too long ago.
Yeah, they didn't do too bad of a job.
And listen, they're a small group, up and coming. They are, oh God, who's the group from the Northeast who we always used to play under? Solstice Law.
Yeah, it was
Solstice Law travels all around, does a fantastic job.
Law was at Super Game West.
Yep.
And
Yep.
Mohawk Wardens have been getting aggressive. They'll go to small games, big games, but they got the call for Fulda last year. They did a good job.
And they are. And they do. And if there's one thing you follow, if you don't want to just follow big games, follow good ref groups who go around, because they really, really set the pace of the game and set the experience of the game.
Well, give it up for the promoters for actually paying for that. That's not free.
Yeah,
Like, they don't volunteer.
absolutely.
They're not playing for $20 in beer money.
Absolutely.
You know.
But Fold the Gap is one of those games that it's an uphill fight both ways, and it's just absolutely incredible. They have, from the beginning of the morning, I helped command last year in one of the NATO sectors, and it goes all the way through the night, and it's just an absolutely incredible game for people to get out to. If you have not been out to that, you are missing out. Absolutely.
All right, you see, folks, it's not just me cranking the propaganda machine. The players who have been there, even Desi Johnson will tell you, Harry Hibbler will tell you, Ryan Harris will tell you, Chad Carter, Justin Gleason. Look at this, Mark Zimmer. And Mark Zimmer loves it because Fulda's right near Grand Rapids. The players are telling you, Fulda's the one. That was Air Ups Events. We're on. Mark, thank you for co-hosting the Air Ups Events with me. That was awesome. Mark Oleski from Nightmares Asylum. What's your next event, my friend?
Actually, my next event I'm going to attend is actually Ion up at Skirmish. I'm going to, I'm not actually going to play at it, but I will be up there embracing the thousands of 2000s of people I know in this community.
Yeah, you got to say
by my side the entire time through this hard time. I've always, for the last few years, I've run with the 101st Airborne, who drop on the Allied side behind everybody. I'm going to stop up there, embrace them, swing over to the German side, the people I used to play with, embrace them, have drinks with people, and just love people within this community.
Get out.
That is my next event.
Just get out of there. We'll see you at the event. Make sure you swing by. But get out of there before the Predator party starts.
Oh, are you kidding me? I was there for the last Predator party. I'm going again.
But are you
I'll
staying for the
shots.
Predator party?
I will do body shots off of the shot game myself.
I was just going to say, make sure you're out of there before it starts if you want to get home on time. But do remember, they have 7 rules at the Predator party. They have all 7 rules. So, Mark, we're going to cut to a commercial. Thanks for joining us, my friend. Wow, how cool was that to have Mark on? All right, let's go to a commercial. I'm going to talk to the caller off the air. Here are the new Zulu pants.
I want your team and your field to have the tools necessary to win. And I want your refs out here cleaning up the game. And I want your kids and families to shoot products that don't ruin their weekend.
Thanks, Train.
No problem, son. I'm A-Train from Valken Sports. And we make quality paintball products for the American working man, because that's who we are and that's who we care about.
All right, we're back. I'm going to leave the phone lines open for just a few more minutes. The number is 856-292-5922. A good friend of the show and a great friend in paintball, someone that knew me when it was who's A-Train or A-Train, he owes me $20. A guy that could tell you some stories. Please do not sit him around a campfire and ask him to start telling stories about me. I would never run for Congress. Yeah, what about those Zulu pants? Those Zulus are fire, baby. Andrew Pyle, there's a name we haven't heard in a while. Happy Father's Day. Yes, happy Father's Day to all the dads, the paintball dads out there. You're like real dads, but cooler. So there's that. Joel. Oh, Joel. He's so crazy. Zim says, play for Warsaw. Harry says play for NATO. Oof. Desi says he wants you playing Warsaw. Look at this. You guys can do the recruiting right here. You're watching episode 87 of the Valken Core Live. It's your show. It's our show. It's everybody's show. It's a paintball show. You can you can call in. You can not call in. You can participate. You can not participate. You can sit in the corner. You can watch. But the more you interact, the more you could win. Looks like we have a caller on the air. Caller, who's this? Where are you calling from?
Hey, your favorite co-host.
What's up? Actually, I don't know. I think Mark did a pretty good job. Did you catch that?
Yeah, I just caught a little bit of it.
Yeah, he
when I
jumped
got
in,
home.
did
He
events
did
with
great.
us. I thought he did
He did
great.
a great job.
Well, it's not. It is your co-host seat. I mean, we pay for it, but I think
Right.
it's the players' show. I think they did a
It
good
is.
job. They want to talk about whatever they want to talk about. What's on your mind, sir?
I was calling to say, I mean, I didn't catch the first half. Did you guys talk about D-Day?
We did. We talked about D-Day and the fact that you and I are both nursing whatever the hell we caught in upstate New York.
Yeah,
You know what
I
we
think it was
probably
that
did?
Myrrh.
We got the myrrh in Ohio.
Yeah. I was going to stop for a bathroom break in Ohio. But,
we shouldn't have stopped.
Yeah. What were players' reactions to the news that next year it's going to be...
It's all over the place. It's all over the place. A lot of people, I mean, I got a call from the champ that said, is it legitimately the last year? And I said, yes, I can confirm. And he said, damn it, I'm in.
All right. Looks like it's going to be a huge event.
If the champ's there, I'm there.
Yep.
I mean, we'll
in.
go. I'd love to play it. I think I'll get on site a little earlier. But
Yeah.
we're going to really have to step this up for the players. I mean, if it's the last one, we got to go swinging for the fences.
Yeah, maybe we should get a bunch of Fresca.
Oh, no. No. Yeah, Ross had an idea. He said, have I missed the Zulu talk? Ross, wouldn't say you're missing it, buddy. You guys can always talk about it. You did a great job screaming for Zulus, and it was really cool that we got to be able to launch them at D-Day. Everybody, it seems, had a pair. Everybody is anybody. It was cool.
Right. They're buying them off the rack.
Do the Zulu pants come in capri? No, but for $5 extra, you can get a pair of scissors and a needle and thread.
Or you can get a size smaller.
Uh,
These skinny jeans.
You could have skinny jeans, which I saw a company release the equivalent of paintball yoga pants for men. I'm almost out.
Yeah, but I saw on the internet, so it has to be true that all their product was seized.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's talk about that. Folks, it was announced, I believe today or yesterday, that over $1 billion of cocaine.
Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly.
Maybe we should call Frank, the
I know.
CEO of Dilly Dilly
How's
Donuts.
he gonna make his donut?
We tease Frank Connell. To our knowledge, is not a drug overlord. That's what makes it funny.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the internet is having their way with this. It's for good fun. Just before the NXL Philadelphia, $1 billion of cocaine is seized. God bless the DEA and our customs agents for catching that. You know, think of all the shipments we missed. But I think that paintball never fails to hit new lows and just drag it through the dumpster and entertain me. So,
I mean, I was dying when I was checking out all the memes and stuff, or the news feed.
Newsfeed is funny.
That's
Let's
coming
talk
through.
about the real thing next week's show. I mean, let's look forward. We've done look back. Let's see. $1 billion of cocaine seized in Philly prior to NXL. D-Day wrap up and their announcement that last year is going to be the final. The podcast, we've done the Zulu pants. We announced Greg Anthony as the overachiever. We gave props to the mod. You and I are still sick AF.
Yeah. Still got a little bit.
Little bit on the tail end. We still need to
Did you tease the new our guest co-host that'll be coming on pretty soon?
I was just going to say, would you like to announce it, or would I?
Yeah, I can go ahead.
Here,
All right,
live. Hold on. You know what we need to do? We need to do a lullaby rant intro.
Okay, just
All
let
right,
me
hold
know
on.
when to go.
I'll let you know. Here we go. Chad's going to announce it. Chad is not co-hosting next week. But here we go. Lullaby rants with Chad.
All right,
Yep.
players, ladies and gents. Next week's co-host, the one, the only, Greg, the Red Hastings,
Oh,
will be
yeah.
co-hosting and dropping info bombs for some upcoming events. Stay tuned. It's gonna be epic. It's gonna be huge.
It's going to have fun.
Glorious.
Yeah, I talked to his people today, and he had some family stuff he was doing. We were going to try to squeeze him in tonight, but he's a 100% go for next week, and he's excited. He was actually genuinely excited to be on the show. He's like, he just said, it's not going to just be lame over and over talk. I said, oh no, we're going to have our way with you. And he said, please don't embarrass me on the show. And I said, no, I don't do the embarrassing. It's like holding a cat's tail. I'm just holding the tail. The cat's doing the pulling,
Yeah.
So we're going to have Greg Hastings on the show next week in studio, or we're going to try to get him in studio, but it should be via satellite. And that'll be cool. So you can ask Greg, and I think we should talk about some fun things. If you have some ideas of things you would like to ask or talk with about Greg, we're going to have the call-in lines open, and you guys can call in and talk to Greg and us and ask us questions. You can talk about being a paintball notable. He's actually owned a couple companies and developed a few products.
Yes, he has.
We can talk about.
He has his tour of duty. Like what's his top 5 favorite fields to play at?
Yeah, you can
like
ask
that.
a bunch of questions, but we're going to break this up into something different. He also had an announcement of an event that's coming out that he's getting behind, and Cupcake, if Dylan's brother, if you would like to talk about that, you may call in. Sorry, I used his slave name. If you go to dinner, don't sit next to Greg Hastings. He'll steal the cheese off your slice of pizza. This is the stuff, and I agree with Veritas. No one should steal cheese off of anyone's pizza because that's breaking rule number 1. Don't touch my stuff. It's nacho cheese. Oh, the dad jokes in honor of Father's Day. But that's what it's going to be. It's going to be like a sit down and chat, and we're all going to hang out and talk. There's somebody who's owned pod pack companies and soft goods companies, digital entertainment companies. Not only the brand of himself, but has been an advocate for paintball and has been behind the curtain for a lot of things in the history of paintball. We talk about recreation activities and after times, or what do you do on the down times. But we're going to keep it. We're going to keep it kind of an open forum. And then Greg has, like I said, we've got a big announcement. Huge, and it's nice. It's nice to be able to have it. But he did call up and say, please don't drag me through the coals. And I said, well, of course that's going to happen. Of course, I've got a whole week to prep all the funny jokes I'm going to bring out and memes. And, that's what we should do.
Remember that time when I borrowed your boat?
Remember? Okay, everybody should get their Greg Hastings memes together, and we'll just drop them and see that's what we'll do. Send them in at atrain@valken.com. Email them to atrain@valken.com. Your Greg Hastings memes, and we'll throw them up and see what his reactions are to them. That should be fun. Also, if you'd like your events, if people want their events on Arab's events, Chad, can you tell them how to do it?
Yeah, she can email atrain@valken.com. And you have to have it in Monday before noon. Otherwise, they'll be pushed to the next week.
Correct. Yes, Harry. Predator's Bane is this weekend. Miss Becca, I believe, is on hiatus from the Army. We were talking about motorcycles at the ICPL. And I told her they come in men's sizes. And she said, I like my motorcycle just the way it is. But she promised me she's going to be safe out there.
I ride how I ride.
Soapy said, I ride how I want to ride. If you know Soapy, you know that joke. And it's not a joke. He just really believes that. So Greg Hastings is going to be on. It's going to be an open forum. If you want your events on, as Chad said, send them into atrain@valken.com. And by send them in, I mean send a Facebook link. That's all you have to do.
You don't have to do the artwork. No. Send in the link.
Just send in the Facebook event link. We will do the rest, our staff. It was nice to see you out at the event again. I mean, all the players, but especially Harry Hibbler. I always love going to an event and seeing your face. Yeah. My good friend. Double H coming in hot. Thank you to all the players for supporting Valken Sports. Is there anybody else we want to shout out? I'm trying to think. You know, we should do something nice.
The GRC.
We can give a shout out to EMR.
EMR, Timmy, Lou.
Timmy. Shout out to Andy Potter for almost getting my wife convinced to get a chicken coop.
Yep.
Almost. I'm about one chicken knuckle away from a chicken coop.
Oh, nice.
And she said I could probably live in it when I'm done building it. But Jason, it was absolutely our pleasure to meet you at D-Day. If you knew how we were more excited to see you than you are to see us. We loved, I do remember our conversations. We enjoy them. Chad and I, that's one of our favorite things when we travel and when we do the show is we get to see your comments and then we get to see you on the field. The only thing better is when we get to suit up and play with you.
Yep. Yeah, it was great meeting everybody. Putting a face to just to a comment. Hey, I'm so from. I commented the other night, and actually, Carl Faust, he got trolled the other night.
Yeah.
Or a couple weeks ago, and I signed it. It
was fun. They'd come up and they'd say, "Don't you know who I am? I won Troll of the Night," and we would very nice go, "What's your name?" "Oh, it's Carl or Gene," and you go, "Okay, you have a paintball mask on in all your pictures, and we can't hear your voice by typing, but man, once you break that barrier, it was fun." Tim from EMR says you should definitely get a chicken coop, and James Lindsay says chickens eat ticks. So I'm thinking we should have a vote next week. We'll put up an online poll. We'll get Dr. Katie on. She can watch the live results. Should I be allowed to have a chicken coop? Her theory is that she's had chickens, and not only will they tear up the yard, but they will jump on all the other things that I love, like my motorcycle or the cars, and they'll poop on everything. She says, "Do you want poop on your motorcycle and poop on your jet ski?" Oh, look, Dr. Katie's in. Everybody, let Dr. Katie know that I need a chicken coop. An Andy Potter chicken coop. Everybody start typing.
I cannot get in on this because I've heard that I can sway people to get things for some reason.
Oh, wait. She said they'll poop all over my motorcycle. That does actually not suffer. Okay, I no longer want a chicken coop, but wait, I've never seen a chicken fly taller than a motorcycle. One
Just
time.
flip their wings.
Then you have chicken fly. All right, more on this next week. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up for the mod. Chad, you're going to stay on and help me get out. I am shutting down the phone lines, so everybody's good to go. Again, I'm A-Train from the Valken Corps. I'm going to cough and Chad's going to say who he is.
Hey, I'm Chad Carter, Regional Commander for the Valken Corps Midwest, co-host of your favorite show on the earth.
Yeah, Gold Rush on
So
Discovery Channel. Oh wait, no, the Valken Corps on the internet.
Yes,
the Valken Corps Live.
on the internet web.
Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to. I'm gonna sit in my PJs and edit videos in the prone position and leave me alone. I'm gonna put out videos. Somebody goes, I like so-and-so's videos better. I went, great. Nobody does them as fast and as clean as I do. That's what you pay for. But I just got to be sitting down.
Yep.
So, until the truth about Tripgate is brought to light, I will side with Dr. Katie, you traitor, Dylan's brother. And
That's right.
Okay.
I'm going to search for him at Monster again.
We have an investigative committee for Tripgate, a Tripgate special counsel. We are actually going to hold
cameras on my shoes. If he tries it again,
we're going to have kangaroo court. It looked like I was throwing my voice. That's funny. Cool. Yeah, that was the show. We'll have this up in podcast form. Chad, I hope you're feeling better. Send love to the family. For everybody involved with the show, from Enola Gay, Arabs, Valken Sports, and all of us here at the Valken Corps, we wish you health and good tidings, I think. Yeah, the very best. Except 3 of you, which are known assets. Yeah. We hope you get what's coming to you. But the other 14.9 million wonderfully dysfunctional paintballers, here's to you. The other 3 of you jerks, we know there's 5. We're looking for the other 2. Oh, and get a beaver coop, Veritas says. Maybe that's a thing in Canada. I don't know. Until somebody had mentioned that the beaver population near the Tennessee River was being fought by releasing alligators.
Yeah.
So I no longer want to go hang out at the Tennessee River. Cool. See, you guys are just getting fun. Chad and I are going to find something to do. I want to thank Mark Pandemic for calling in. I want to thank all the callers for calling in. It was just fun to have everybody. But we'll do something special. I think we should do something special for him. So we'll talk after the show. Well, listen, let's take these kids out the same way we brought them in. Chad, anything you want to shout out?
Don't forget to watch next week. Special guest, Greg Hastings.
Yeah. I want to just re-mention that there is still time. You cannot get pre-registered, but there's still time to... their pre-registration price, but there's still time to call up and reserve your spot at EMR Game of Bones. Now, of course, the house team general is going to fill up first. Number 2, why? Because we're the shit. Sign up on our side. We've got some heavy hitters coming in from all around the country, and it's going to be awesome. James, Lindsay, no, thank you. So we're going to take you out the same way we brought you in. Until next time. Chad, you ready?
Yep.
V's up.
V's up.
Target down. Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Millions watching around the world.
Is this real life?
Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
First of all, very few people listen to your radio show. That's the good news. Which happens to be true. Check out the ratings.
I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
And my orders are to weed out all non-hackers who do not pack the gear to serve in my beloved soul.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
I'm gonna make him an offer again.
Give me a go, no-go for launch.
Do it live! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!